Hello and welcome. Good morning. Class 884. I need to look. 884. Conditionals. We're doing grammar. Grammar. The conditionals. Page 416, section 97. The conditionals. Hay tres condicionales. The future conditional, the present conditional, and the past conditional. The future conditional. Mañana saldré si no llueve. Tomorrow I will go out if it doesn't rain. Tomorrow I will come here if Marta calls me. If she doesn't, I won't. Tomorrow I'll go out if it doesn't rain. If it does, I won't go out. This is the future conditional, conditions of the future. Tomorrow or next year, I'll retire completely if I have enough money, if I have enough savings. If I have enough money, I'll retire. Yes, I'll use those pencils tomorrow if I need them. If I don't need them, I won't use them. It's very easy. It's the same in Spanish and English. Usaré esos lápices mañana si los necesito. Yeah. If I need them tomorrow, I'll use them. Si los necesitara ahora mismo, los usaría. If I needed them right now, I would use them. Curioso. Estoy usando el pasado. Si necesitara, o sea, si necesitaba, literalmente. If I needed these pencils, I would use them right now. Por eso es present conditional. Condicional presente, aunque esté usando una forma del pasado. Como subjuntivo, si necesitase. If I needed these pencils, I would use them. But I don't. I don't need them today. Yesterday, in the class yesterday, I didn't use the pencils. If I had needed them, I would have used them. Yeah. If I had needed them, si los hubiera necesitado ayer, los habría utilizado. If I had needed them yesterday, I would have used them. Yeah. I come here every day because I need to give this class. If I didn't need to give this class, I wouldn't come here yesterday. I wouldn't come here every day. Yesterday I came here because I needed to give this class. If I hadn't needed to give this class yesterday, I wouldn't have come here yesterday. And tomorrow, I'll come here because I need to give this class tomorrow. Yeah, I'll come because I need, tomorrow if I don't need to give this class, I won't come. Si mañana no tengo que dar la clase, no vendré. Aquí. If I don't need to give this class tomorrow, I won't come. Yes. I work because I need money. Yeah. If I didn't need money, I wouldn't work. If I didn't need money, I wouldn't work. Last year, I worked. Pasado simple. Trabajé el año pasado. Last year I worked because I needed money. The same reason. If I hadn't needed money last year, I wouldn't have worked. You can see me. Aquí sí, me ves. You can see me. Puedes verme. You can see me because the camera is working properly. If the camera weren't working properly, you wouldn't be able to see me. No podrías verme. If the camera were broken, you wouldn't be able to see me. And yesterday you saw me because the camera was working properly. However, yesterday, if the camera hadn't been working properly, you wouldn't have been able to see me. You wouldn't have been able to see me. Christopher Columbus crossed the Atlantic Ocean because he wanted to reach India. If he hadn't wanted to reach India, he wouldn't have crossed the ocean. I have 2 hands because I don't have 3. If I had 3 hands, I wouldn't have 2. Well, if I had 3 hands, I wouldn't have only 2. All right. I'm looking at you because you're my student. If you weren't my student, I wouldn't be looking at you. And yesterday I looked at you because you were my student yesterday. If you hadn't been my student, I wouldn't have looked at you yesterday. I teach English because I know how to speak English. Entre muchas razones. If I didn't know how to speak English, I wouldn't be able to teach the language. Yes. I keep that microphone on the table because I like it. If I didn't like that microphone, I wouldn't keep it here. Yeah, I wouldn't keep it here. I use these books because they are very good. If they weren't good, I wouldn't use them. I came here by bus this morning because I don't have a car. If I had a car, I wouldn't come here by bus, and this morning I wouldn't have come here by bus. Aquí mezclo condicional del presente con condicional del pasado. No tengo coche, por eso vine esta mañana en autobús. Si tuviera coche, no vendría por autobús y esta mañana no habría venido. Okay, so if I had a car, I wouldn't come by bus. And this morning, I wouldn't have come here by bus. Yeah, I'm sitting in front of the camera because I'm the teacher. If I weren't the teacher, I wouldn't be sitting here. Condicional, continuado, continuo. No estaría sentado aquí. If I weren't the teacher, I wouldn't be here in front of the camera. If I weren't the teacher, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you. Yeah. I'm a good teacher because I make an effort. If I didn't make an effort, I wouldn't be a good teacher. Yes. I'm wise because I'm old. Soy sabio porque soy viejo. I'm wise because I'm old. If I weren't old, probably I wouldn't be wise. Maybe, who knows? All right. I can't see the camera well because the lights are very bright. If the lights weren't so bright, I would be able to see the camera better. Yeah. Marta is holding a telephone. Yeah. Marta is holding a telephone because she is timing this class. Sí, cronometrando. If she weren't to time, tiempo, como verbo, tiempar, to cronometrar. So if she weren't timing the class, she wouldn't be holding a cell phone. Yeah. And I live in Spain because I work in Spain. If I didn't work in Spain, I wouldn't live here, probably. All right. Yeah. I married my wife many years ago because I loved her. Me casé con ella porque la quería. Si no la hubiera querido, no me habría casado con ella. Yeah, I married my wife because I loved her. If I hadn't loved her, I wouldn't have married her. Yeah, because she wasn't rich. Yeah, she was poor, like me. Dos pobres. Yeah. So, and I enjoy teaching because it allows me to use many different skills. I enjoy teaching because it allows me to use many different skills. If it didn't allow me to use many skills, maybe I wouldn't enjoy teaching. Yes. So, that's the conditional. Yeah. I have one pen because I don't have two. If I had two, I wouldn't have one. Yes. So it's very easy. Cualquier frase con porque puedes construir un condicional. Nací en España, tú puedes decir, nací en España porque mis padres eran españoles. I was born in Spain because my parents were Spanish. If my parents hadn't been Spanish, I wouldn't have been born in Spain. Christopher Columbus was born in Italy because his family was Italian. If his family hadn't been Italian, he probably wouldn't have been born in Italy. Yes. Adolf Hitler, the Germans, lost the Second World War because they invaded the Soviet Union. If they hadn't invaded the Soviet Union, they might have won the war, but probably not. All right. The Americans entered the Second World War because the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. If the Japanese hadn't bombed Pearl Harbor, the United States wouldn't have entered the Second World War at that time, maybe later. All right. I'm looking at you because I'm teaching you. If I weren't teaching you, I wouldn't be looking at you. I'm holding a pen in my right hand because I'm not holding it in my left hand. If I were holding it in my left hand, I wouldn't be holding it in my right hand. Quiero exponer tu oído a mucho uso del condicional, constante. Yes. Joe Biden lives in Washington because he is the President of the United States. If he weren't the President of the United States, he might not be living now in Washington. Yes. And my children are tall because they are grown. Son ya crecidos, mayores. If they weren't grown, they probably wouldn't be so tall. All right. So that's the conditional. All right? The conditional. What would you do? What would you do if you won €1,000,000? Where would you live if you were rich? If you had all the money in the world? Yes. What would you do? What's the first decision you would make if you were the king of the world? ¿Cuál sería tu primera decisión si fueras el rey del mundo? What would be your first decision if you were the king of the world? Yes. And yesterday, if I had been the king of the world, my first decision would have been, etc. And things like that. The conditionals se usan menos que los otros formas del verbo. All right. Expressions. Page 57, at the top. Clean up your act. Clean up your act. Limpia tu actuación. Yeah, clean up your act. Cambia de actitud. Actúa bien. Tómate las cosas en serio, eh? Come on, clean up your act. Ya está bien. You'll never get anywhere with that attitude. Billy? Guillermo. Hey, Billy? Come on, clean up your act. Eres un caso perdido. You're a lost case. Come on, get your act together. Se dice mucho, get your act together. Reúne las piezas de tu actuación porque están desparramados por todo el suelo. Se dice también, get your shit together. Y se usa incluso más. Get your shit together, man. Come on, get your act together. Clean up your act. Come on, una buena limpia de tu vida. Clean up your act. Yes. Más vale que actúes bien. De lo contrario, te pescarán. No? You'd better clean up your act, otherwise you'll get caught. Te pillarán. All right. To clean the air, relajar el ambiente, aclarar las cosas. Quiero limpiar el aire. Quiero aclarar. Mira, hay que aclarar este. Hay muchos malentendidos aquí. I want to clean the air. Yes. Yes. I want to clean the air. A close shave. I love this. A close shave. Salvarse por el pelo. Oof, that was a close shave. Era un afeitado muy, I don't know how to say it. Muy rasurado. Oof, that was a close shave. 2 cars. For example, 2 planes. Son 2 aviones. They're coming like this. Whoa, whoo. That was a close shave. Wow. That was a close shave. Whoa, casi rozan, eh? A close shave. Se usa mucho. That was a close shave. Especially driving your car. Wow, that was a close shave. Un afeitado muy cercano. All right, a close shave. Yes. Como sus luces no estaban encendidas, tuve sus de ellos, ¿no? No, sus de él. Tuve suerte de verle. Tengo que decir que él se salvó por un pelo. As his lights weren't on, I was lucky to see him. That was a close shave. Wow. Close but no cigar. Casi, casi. Uf, casi, casi. Muy de cerca, muy cerca, muy cerca, pero ningún puro. Cigar es un puro. Curiosa expresión, rarísima. Close but no cigar. Es casi, casi, pero no. Me quedo con las ganas. Ya. Oh, casi. ¿Qué más quisiera? Close but casi. Casi, casi. Tu suposición no fue mala, pero no diste en el clavo. Yeah. Close but no cigar. Your guess wasn't bad, but it wasn't spot on. Close but no cigar. Yes. All right. We have finished page 57. I'll come back another day on page 58. ¿Te parece? Shall we? All right, let's do the translation booklet. We have a lot of time. How much time, Marta? We have a lot of time. Oh, yeah. List number 25 on page 370. Are you ready? No hay por qué preocuparse. There's no need to worry. Se usa mucho esto. No need to worry. There's no need. Hay ninguna necesidad, o sea, cero necesidad. There's no need to worry. Don't worry. You worry too much. Some people worry too much. It's really true, Marta. Some people. They can't help it. No lo pueden evitar. Yeah. They just worry. They worry about everything. Yeah. And they have wrinkles. Yeah. Con arrugas y todo. They're worrying. We say a worry wart. Una verruga preocupona. ¿Sí? Sí. Wart. A wart is una verruga. Yeah? A wart. And we say a worry wart. A person who worries all the time. Why do you worry so much? You know, you worry about the weather. You worry about the political situation. You worry about the economic situation. You worry about anything. You worry about crime on the streets. You worry so much. You worry about COVID. Every time you go into an elevator, you put on your mask. Yeah, always. You're always worried. So some people, I never worry. Me, I don't worry very much. I really don't worry very much. I'm very responsible, yes, the responsibility. But I don't worry about it. I just do it. Don't worry. No hay por qué preocuparse. There is no need to worry. Hay otra forma de decir lo mismo. No tienes que preocuparte. You don't need to worry. Don't worry. Stop worrying. O que se usa esto quizás incluso más que lo demás. There's no need to worry. Es una frase hecha casi. There's no need to worry. There's no, need, no necesidad. No need to worry. There's no need to worry. No funciona nada en este país. Nothing works in this country. Well, that's not true. Everything works. Almost everything works in this country. Los semáforos funcionan. Yeah. To distribute the traffic in the city, the traffic lights work. And the synchronization is more or less correct on the traffic lights. The residual waters go down to the processing plants. Yeah, to las aguas residuales. Las alcantarillas funcionan. No te das cuenta, pero sí, they work. Things work. This sentence, nada funciona en este país, is wrong. Nothing works in this country. That's wrong. Everything works, more or less. Yeah. Él está en camino. He's on the way. He's on the way. Yeah. Hoy ya estoy en camino. Voy de camino. De camino, en camino. No, estoy en camino, yeah. She's telling me something and I can't understand it. I'm on the way, I'm on my way. I'm on the way or I'm on my way. Puedes personalizar. Él está en camino, o sea, no está de camino. Are you sure? Yeah, está de camino, okay. O sea, está en el proceso de venir. Está en el trayecto. Okay, he's on the way or he's on his way. I'm on my way, I'm on the way. Both are correct. On the way. In the way means obstaculizando. Estás en medio. You're in the way. I'm on my way. Estoy de camino. Es así. No estoy en camino. All these years I've been using it wrong. Okay. Él está de camino. He's on the way. Or he's on his way. ¿Cuánto tiempo dura el curso? How long does the course last? This English course lasts forever. Yeah. 200 years. Este curso dura 200 años, ¿no? Yeah. I think this class lasts 200 years. Lo último que me dijeron? I think it's 200 years. All right. So, how long does the course last? ¿Has solicitado la beca? Have you applied for the scholarship? Have you applied for the grant? Si usa una beca de estudios, es scholarship. Si usa una beca para investigaciones y desarrollos, grant. Concesión, grant. Has aplicado, se dice ahora en español también. Have you applied for the grant? Have you applied for the scholarship? Somos amigos desde hace un año. ¿Cómo se dice somos? Ok, o sea, somos amigos desde hace un año. ¿Cómo decimos aquí somos? We have been. Hemos sido. We have been friends for a year. Somos amigos. Que conste. We are friends. We're friends. Y llevamos un año siendo amigos. And we've been friends for a year. We have been friends for a year. All right. Hemos creado una sociedad limitada. We've formed a company. O sea, hemos formado una compañía. We've created a company. Yes, no sé. We've started a company. Ahí viene la palabra un startup. O una startup. We've started a company. We've formed a company. Yes. Tenemos que darle un nombre. We have to give it a name. A name for the company. Well, what kind of company is it? He inventado un veneno de ratas. A rat poison. Yeah. And I need to give it a name. ¿Qué nombre le doy? Marta. Ese veneno para ratas. I'm going to start selling it. Mañana empiezo a venderlo. I need a name. What? I need to give it a name. We need, dice aquí we, ¿no? Tenemos que darle un nombre. We have to give it a name. What is it? The Last Supper. ¿Qué tal? La última cena. That's a good name. The Last Supper. For the rats, not for me. Okay, the Last Supper. Okay, let's see. Tenemos que darle un nombre. We have to give it a name. Tendrás que invertir tú cierta cantidad de dinero. You'll tendrás. You will have to. You'll have to. You'll have to invest. You'll have to invest cierta cantidad de dinero. Un cierto en inglés. You'll have to invest a certain amount of money. Not too much, but a certain amount of money. Te daremos acciones. Wheel no es rueda. Sí, wheel. But this is wheel. We'll give you shares. We will. We'll give you shares. Serás en parte dueño de esto. You'll be part owner of this business. You'll be part owner. ¿Estás dispuesto a invertir? Are you willing to invest? Are you willing? I'm willing to invest. Are you? Marta's willing to invest. Everybody is going to invest. So, come on. Invest. ¿Estás dispuesto? Are you willing? Are you willing to invest? Queremos dinero en metálico. We want cash. Es efectivo. We want cash. Cold cash. A veces se dice metálico frío. We want cold cash. We want cash. Queremos el dinero metálico. Echa la carta al correo. Mail the letter. God. 2 weeks ago, I mailed a letter. For the first time in 3 or 4 years, I wrote a letter, put it in an envelope, and I went to the post office. Yeah. To mail the letter. Yeah. Echar al correo. La carta. Que no se te olvide el remite. Don't forget the return address. Don't forget the return address. And one more. One more. El cielo está empezando a despejarse. The sky is starting to clear up. See you tomorrow.